Cause your vibe may be different, and shine in your eyes what I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You finding your find in the sky, we gon' ride the eclipse like a Mercury transit.
Peace, y'all. Today with Star Card Astrology, and I'm here to give you your daily astrology guidance for Thursday, November 17th, 2022. And I just want to remind everybody to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drilly. We're going to keep this popping for everybody so we can stay up to date on the astrology, how it's affecting the collective consciousness, and, and be able to relate that to our own personal charts and our own personal energy, and just know how to kind of navigate through it all, I'm going to be trying something new today with the charts. I usually take it from my AstroGold desktop app and then put it on my iPad so I can draw on it and stuff like that. But we're going to work on the AstroGold iPad app and, just go from there. I feel like we should be good. We'll see what's up. So, as we always do, and as I was taught to do, we are starting with the moon. Okay? So, the moon is over here in Virgo at 8 degrees, right? That moon-shaped glyph there. And it's at 8 degrees Virgo, which this is where we can, really get analytical about what we feel and, what we're trying to bring about. It is trining the North Node, which makes perfect sense, right? Because, I was even going to say, without looking at that this is where we're looking at what we're creating and the end results and what is tangible, right? Like, what can we actually create and what's the end goal to that creation? And do we feel like that's something that we're capable of, right? Ceci square to Pluto over here in Capricorn at 26 degrees. So, we still have to work on changing things in order to bring about what it is we're trying to manifest. If we're not making changes right now, then we're not going to see results, right? And we're going to be stuck in where we are. And, it's okay to be happy with where you are. Don't get me wrong. But it's there's a lot about making sure that where you are is sustainable for where the rest of the world can go, right? So if we're looking at, the financial system crashing, right, which is where things are going, interest rates going up. Oh my God. I'm telling you, I took a nap like a projector is supposed to, okay? Sometimes I look down here because, like, the screen's, like, right below it. So sometimes I'm looking right there. But I took a nap like I'm supposed to, like a projector is supposed to, okay? And I still yawn. Like, please excuse me for my yawning, okay? I promise you. My mind is good. My body's tired. I do a lot of stuff. And I chase 2 wonderful kids around. But, so, we need to be prepared and always growing, right? the main thing that the astrology is trying to get us to see is that we have Pluto making a sextile to Jupiter, right? That's in Pisces. Neptune's making a square to Mars, right? And then Uranus is conjunct the North Node, right? This is all the lower parts of the chart right here. So, with Uranus retrograde, it's still like we don't know exactly what to expect when it comes to what we're creating and what the collective is creating, right? This can go, we're seeing things go in a way where it's like, World War III could absolutely be right around the corner, and it most definitely is, and that's usually why we see a decline in the financial system prior to war. But who knows? It could veer off into something different. It really could. With Uranus here, that's the type of vibe that we have. So it's about understanding that things can change on a whim, and then being able to capitalize, on these changes, right? Roll with these changes and grow with these changes, right? Taking action, right? So it's like we see the financial system go down, right? And maybe interest rates go up because, our leaders are stupid. But, then we'll see the bubble pop on the real estate sector. And then what do we do? What do we do? Well, we buy into real estate. Even with and I'm not a financial advisor by any means. Okay. My family does have a real estate company, but I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not telling you this as financial advice. But what I can say is the value of the home, if it goes down and you take out a loan on that home, first off, look into a hard cash loan instead of a mortgage. Buy the home with the hard cash loan, pay the bank back. Therefore, you don't have a mortgage loan, and the rates can possibly be lower, and you'll close faster. Shout out my sister for that information. She's a real estate agent. Now, even if you don't do that, you buy in, you pay an increase because of the interest rate, but the value of the home is lower than it will be for a long time. So now you have an investment, the best investment on the planet, and then in the next maybe even year, 2 years, it doubles, triples, and we're talking in the hundreds of thousands, So it's about seeing what's happening and making a move, and being prepared for that move, and intuitively guided. Excuse me. And intuitively guided. Just call me the yawning astrologer. I don't care. I'm just giving y'all the facts, though. Right? Because I'm going to invest in more than one way as the economy starts to go down, right? And as the economy starts to go down, there's going to be certain things that people are going to need. So commodities are a big thing. Now, you could invest in commodity stocks, or you could provide a commodity, right? But what there's just different things that you can figure out that'll work for you. And that's kind of like what we're being shown to be planning ahead, and almost to plan for the unexpected, right? You know, Saturn is starting its trine with Mars. So, definitely got to make sure that we're looking at advancing in life, advancing in our goals, and, what and who will serve that purpose, right? So, because this is where, Aquarius has so much, Aquarius is a very dynamic sign, right? It's like, yeah, it wants shit cut and dry, like in a straight line. But this is where technology comes into play. This is where, people come into play, right? Because you can't do scientific research without a team, or at least you and somebody else. And even then, right, you still need the main, scientist, right? You need the main person who's going to do the research, and, who's going to publish the research. And, it has to be reviewed by peers and, things like that. So this is, there's so much that has to do with Aquarius that is still Leo-like in a sense, where other people are involved, even if it is detaching from other people sometimes, right? Which is also, a trait. But I also feel like Aquarians are very good at picking people's strengths and weaknesses, right? Knowing like who can do what and where they should be placed on the team. That analytical mind of their peers, which is why sometimes they probably choose to detach from people, certain people, or people in general. But yeah, we're seeing Venus and Mercury. Mercury's going to follow Venus for the next few days here. And this is going to be in Sag. So this is this is a journey that our hearts and minds are going on right now. And we got to be, this is where we're looking forward. We're coming out of this darker, maybe toxic energy, depending on, our natal charts and where this is aspecting for each individual. But for the most part, collectively, this is kind of where we're looking for, a new way of thinking, a new way of creating, a new path to kind of walk that is still along the lines of, what we're supposed to create, what we're here to create. But this is where we can kind of see our journey going in a newer direction that makes a lot of sense, that we believe in. That we feel guided towards. So definitely be open to that. The transmissions will come in. Ideas, I got ideas for songs that came in. I wrote it down. I got ideas for investments that come in. They're not leaving me. I'm planning a trip back home. I'm doing a bunch of stuff, right? And, those things lead to more things, right? Because then I get to integrate. I get to be a Leo and integrate with other people and see who, is really down for the cause, or wants to help, or wants to be involved, or wants to invest, or has a like mind, and, we can align, and, I can put myself where the universe can throw me who I'm meant to move into, or not, move into, but, connect with and grow with. Because you can't do that being stagnant, right? I can't do that just being in the same place every single day, even though this is where I do what I do, right? But I have a means to be able to do this anywhere, right? I can pack my camera up. I can bring this mic with me. I can take my laptop, or I could take, my Mac Mini. Shit, if I really wanted to. It's not big. The only thing I have to worry about is a screen. But at the end of the day, I could plug it into a television and keep it pushing. Right? So I don't really have to trip too much. And not for nothing, like right now, it's not like I have hundreds of viewers. Like, I appreciate every viewer I have, and I will always remain consistent no matter how many viewers I have, right? Because I believe in this information. I believe in guiding and helping people. That is my purpose. So I'm always going to do that. And this will always be out there for people to be able to find it later on. So why act like it's not important? Because it could be important to somebody one day. So I'll be able to continue what I do. It's not hard for me to do it, really. I did it on that laptop for a while. And not for nothing, it's probably about time for me to get a new laptop. I've done a lot of work on that one. My only thing is I have Final Cut on that one, and I don't have Final Cut anywhere else, and I kind of need to figure that out. But we'll look into that. I'm not really tripping. So where do you feel like you're being called to? What feels like a fresher, new path or lane on the same road we've been already walking? I'm a Leo. I like to look at myself. It's very hard for me not to look at myself. I'm a beautiful human being. But I'm speaking to you. This is where we let our hearts and our minds take us on a journey that's going to elevate us higher. It's like walking the path and then starting to float up on the same path, but now you're elevating, right? Because your whole energy is transcending, because you're synchronizing your heart with your mind in order to manifest what is necessary to advance and evolve on your path. So I hope that helped. And until next time, one love.
Cause your vibe it be different than shine in your eyes when I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You'll find in the sky, we gon' ride the eclipse like a Mercury trans.